everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen. In today's video, I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys the books that I'm planning on reading during the month of February. In January, I had a pretty lazy reading month. I only read 4 books, which is pretty fantastic because I think last year I read 3 books in January. I don't remember, but I feel like always January I'm really lazy when it comes to reading. But in the month of February, I'm hoping to get some great reading done. I chose a total of 5 books. Alright, but before we get started on my February TBR, I wanted to go ahead and make a little bit of an announcement. So this year I am playing around a little bit with my TBRs, and I want to basically spice them up a little. I want to involve you guys more on my TBRs, and I'm going to do this a couple times this year for a few of the months this year. Basically, I'm going to have like themes around my TBRs, and that involves you guys. So for example, one month I'm going to ask you guys to tell me what your most hated book is, because I'm going to read it and see if it's as bad as you say. I'm going to also ask you guys what your favorite book is. I also want to read some books outside my comfort zone. So those are just kind of like examples of different ideas that I want to do with my TBR for this year. So in the month of March, I decided to go ahead and do one of these special TBRs. I decided to start off on a positive note. So I want you guys to tell me what your favorite book of all time is. If it's one, let me know down in the comments below. If it is multiple, let me know what those are. But again, leave me those recommendations down below. And if I haven't read them, I'm going to be choosing 3 of your recommendations, and I'm going to implement them into my TBR for the month of March. And I'm so excited. I will still be reading my 2 book club books and my Raft book in the month of March. Alright, so getting back into my February TBR, the first book that I'm reading in the month of February is On a Come Up by Angie Thomas. This book is not out yet. It is coming out next week on Tuesday, and it is the second book by Angie Thomas. She wrote the wonderful The Hate You Give. It's about a girl whose friend gets killed by a white police officer during a traffic stop, and it was an absolutely amazing book. The movie was absolutely amazing, so I expect nothing less from this upcoming book. It is about a girl who wants to be a famous rapper, but she kind of gets involved in a scandal. Not really entirely sure what it's about, but honestly I kind of want to go into this book completely blind. I heard a lot of things in regards to the last book. I kind of want to go into this next book blind. I want to be blown away by this next book, and I'm so excited. Again, this book comes out on Tuesday, and it actually is the Once Upon a Read-Along's book pick of the month for the month of February, and our live show is on the last Sunday of this month. I forgot what day that is, but it's again the last Sunday of this month, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm really excited to read it. The next book that I want to read during the month of February is a book that I'm planning on reading for one of the readathons that is happening during February. I will be doing a separate TBR for that, but there are so many great readathons happening in February, and I'm excited to participate in this one. And the book is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. I've had this book being recommended to me by so many people, and I've heard so many wonderful things. And this book is so short. It's only a little bit over 200 pages, so it's not going to take me long to read this book at all. But it is about a boy. He gets involved with a white police officer during a traffic stop, I believe, and he gets put in handcuffs, and lots of other things happening, and then he's one of his friends, and they get stopped by a white police officer, and things happen. I actually don't know too much about this book. I've been trying to keep myself blind to this book because I've been having a lot of people recommend me this book, but I want to kind of go into this book without anybody else's opinion hovering over me. All I've heard about this book is that it's absolutely fantastic, but besides that, I haven't heard too many things about this book. A lot of people recommend this book if you love The Hate You Give, and I absolutely love The Hate You Give. It's one of my favorite books of all time, so I'm excited to dive into this book. And then the next book that I'm planning on reading during the month of February is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by J.K. Rowling. So I finally read Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. It took me a month to read that book, I'm just saying right now. In case you guys don't know, last year I started my reread of Harry Potter because it's been many years since I read the Harry Potter series. I think it's been over 7 years since I first read the series, and so I wanted to reread the series because I love it so much. And so last year I started my reread, and I planned on finishing the whole series last year, but kind of procrastinated and I just didn't get it done. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which was book number 5. Started reading it in December, but I finished finished it in January. And so obviously the next book is the HalfBlood Prince, and I'm excited for this book. These last two books, it's when things are a little bit darker, it's when things get really serious, is my opinion. And it's been so long, and I honestly, the last two books, while I know what happens, I feel like they're the books that I don't quite remember as much as the other previous books. I don't know why that is, but it is. And so I am excited to read this book. This book is not as long as The Order of the Phoenix. This book is a little bit over 500 pages, and I'm so excited to finally dive into this book. And then the fourth book that I'm planning on reading this month as well is Champion by Marie Lu. This is the third and final book in the Legend Trilogy. I read the first two books of the Legend Trilogy last year. I think it was at the beginning of last year, and I just haven't picked up the third and final book ever since then. I don't know why. I love the series. I think it's a great series. It keeps staring at me on my shelf, so I think it's about time that I just read it and complete the series, because I really do want to know what happens next. It was a great trilogy. I think Legend was one of my Raft books for last year, and because I had the series for so long and I just haven't read it, I haven't picked it up, and I ended up loving the first two books. I think I gave both books 4 stars, so I'm excited to read this book and find out how it ends. It's not long at all. It's a little bit over 300 pages, I believe. Yeah, it's over 360 pages, so it won't take me that long to read. And the fifth and final book that I'm planning on reading this month is my Raft Books. So this is one of my leftover books from last year. Last year I had a total of 14 Raft books that I plan on reading every month, but I only managed to read 11 of them, and so I have 3 that were leftovers, and so the first 3 months I'm trying to read those leftover books. So we'll see which book this is. It is a hardcover. Oh, okay. So this is one of those contemporaries that I bought a long time ago and just haven't read it. And it is Love and Other Unknown Variables by Shannon Lee Alexander. I don't quite remember what this book is about. To be honest, I bought it during the very beginning of my channel when I just used to buy books, and I bought so many books even though I didn't know when I was going to have time to read them, but I just bought it. So this book has been on my shelves for over 2 years, and I made it to one of my Wrapped books just because I didn't see myself reading this book anytime soon. But again, I'm not quite entirely sure what this book is about. On the back it says, "A beautiful girl once gave me an extraordinary journal. The infinite possibilities of the blank pages were so intimidating I almost left them blank, but then again I didn't." Again, I will be reading this book for the month of February as my Wrapped book. And there you go, guys. That is the books that I'm planning on reading during the month of February. I'm so excited. These are not going to be the only books that I read in February, again, because there are a lot of readathons this month, and I know I'm participating in at least one, and I haven't chosen my TBR except for one book for that readathon yet, so we'll see what books I end up reading this month in general. And of course, please don't forget to leave me your favorite books recommendations down in the comments below so that I can incorporate them into my March TBR. I'm so excited for the books that you guys are going to recommend me. I cannot wait to read some of your favorite books in the month of March. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All of my social medias are linked down below, including Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads if you'd like to follow me on those platforms. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Have a good day, guys, and keep reading. Bye!